I'm okay. I'm okay now.
You think
Good
so?
morning, good morning, good
Good
morning.
morning.
Yeah, Lord.
Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Mm-hmm. So you ready to tag and
Right, I tagged myself.
okay, you already in.
Yes, when I start saying wake up, wake up, wake up, usually I'm talking to myself.
That's pretty good, lady.
It's the truth, because I am still not a morning person. I don't care how early I have to get up in the morning, and sometimes it's quite early because, we have kids and they have school and we have appointments and, life.
There's a lot going on.
But I am still just not a morning person. It's just not my favorite time. Even though 5 o'clock a.m. sometimes is my prayer time, a lot of the times, I'm not happy to be up. I'm happy to be up praying and communing with the Father, but I'm not happy just to be up. I don't know why. I've been working on that for years, and it just seems like I'm just not a morning person. So although I can get up and do what I need to do, I'm not loving it.
You tagged. I'm not seeing the people coming in yet.
So anyway,
I'm seeing on my
we are here today to encourage the hearts of the people of God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we've been going through a lot. And you know what? It's just the ending of the second month of the year. And the enemy just came out with everything he had, which is sad for him because he still can't win.
Yep. At the end, we win. He sure did come out with everything he had lady.
Yeah, I know so many people who are going through so much, not like one thing or two things or three things, but they have like a handful of things that they are going through all at one time, and to the point where you don't even really get to process all of this stuff, but you are being processed through all of this stuff.
I like that. You're being processed.
Yes, yes. You may not get to think about it and process the information and everything, but you are being processed. And we talked
Wow.
about that on the show before, the process that we go through.
Mm-hmm.
It's a never ending process. We never stop being processed. Well, I mean, like if you pass on. But as long as you're still here, you're going to be processed.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so what you want to say, man?
All right. Well, wake up. Me too. I'm like, Lady O, I got to wake up this morning. Good morning. We see you all coming in.
Good morning.
We have to wake up. All of us have to wake up, but not just naturally, spiritually too.
Oh, boy.
So much going on. And just a little side note, I was just taking my daughter to school and talking to her and some of you all out in the area that we live in, hearing about, I told it's gang retaliation.
Retaliation.
Yeah, it's gang retaliation.
Good morning.
Most of you all heard about the incident in the mall, Orland Park.
Right. That boy
mall.
was friends with one of our daughters.
Yes. And what happened is a lot of the gangs, everywhere. And
Good morning.
I told my daughter, I said, it's nothing new under the sun. Retaliation has always been there. So, but I told her who's getting taken out.
Young people.
And the life that they should be living. I said, now, who is going to hurt the most? Yes, is if they're
His
not
family.
If they're not a Christian or Christ-like or born again, they didn't have Christ in their life. They have damnation. But I'm thinking about just what I was trying to see her to think is his family, the one that does it, their family, because they have to go to jail.
All of the families
It's
suffer.
so many. And
All your friends suffer. All your families. Anyone who loves you or cares about you or is concerned about you is suffering. So what do you accomplish?
And then we had to think about that the life that they should have lived or was going to live, how productive it could have been, not only for them, but for their children's sake.
Wow. So
So we had to wake up, and I told her, hey, you have to stay focused and continue to pray. And I told her, I said, you know what's one of your one of your situations is that you have great talents and destiny on your life, and the devil is trying to fight you so hard to keep you back and hold you back for what God already ordained.
And that goes for all of us.
Yes.
It goes for all of us. My other daughter was telling me yesterday about a white van that's been coming around the school. And they were told, the children at the school, the students were told that they should be careful, be watchful of this white van because whoever's driving it is kidnapping teenagers.
Wow.
They were told that by the school.
So much going on.
Yeah, it's so much going on. And so I was just thinking about all the stuff that's going on in people's personal lives and in our public lives and our social lives. You know, there's so much going on. I was even talking to someone else and they were talking to me about the many situations that they are going through in their family. It's not just one thing, like I started out, not just one thing. Good morning. It's not just one thing or two things or three things, but it's a handful of things all at one time. Because the enemy is trying to overwhelm us.
Morning, family.
He wants to overwhelm us. He wants us to feel like there's so much going on that we just cannot stand under the pressure.
My God.
But you realize that pressure is what makes you better.
Oh, that's good, Lady-O.
The pressure makes you better. It's just like the gold, and I think we talked about this on the show before too. The gold that's in the fire, it doesn't just melt away. Everything bad, the dross goes to the bottom and the pure gold comes up to the top. That is what we're going through. We are all being processed in many different ways. So as I was thinking about all of that, and even situations that we are dealing with, because we are just people, we're dealing with things just like everybody else. We are not exempt from being fought by the enemy, from being challenged by everyday situations. No, I don't care about none of that. Just like the enemy doesn't care. Good morning. The enemy doesn't care about any of that stuff. He doesn't care about your education, your licenses, your titles, none of that stuff.
This beautiful lady by your side, you don't care nothing about that.
He doesn't care.
No,
he wants to kill, steal, and destroy. He wants to destroy everything and everybody.
Yes.
So as I was going through that, you know, I was actually crying out for people yesterday because I was told some things that really disturbed me. And I felt their pain.
All right.
Here's the problem. The legislature took the authority away from the parents. Children can call the police. You got it.
Yes,
you got it. Our children are not our children anymore. They are products of the government. So they say. That's what they want. Thank you, Schaefer Reed. That's what they want. But that's a whole nother lie and a whole nother story. I appreciate you chiming in because that's really true. That has everything to do with what's going on with why we can't seem to get these children under control. So as I was crying out for people, calling their names in prayer and asking God to help them, I even thought about the situations that I have. I have some stuff going on in my life that's been going on for years. And I've asked God, good morning. I've asked God to help me to continue to deal with this stuff. Help all of us to deal with our stuff. And I began to pray for certain things. One of them was nervous breakdowns.
Uh-oh.
Yes, yes. The Lord had me praying for nervous breakdowns because there's so much pressure on your mind sometimes that you cannot deal with all of this stuff that's going on in your life. And you just feel like, I'm overwhelmed. I have too much. I can't fix this thing. I can't fix that thing. I got that thing. And I'm just overwhelmed. Yes. So one of the things that I was praying for was the spirit of nervous breakdowns. The other one was premature death.
Yes.
From heart attacks, strokes, just being discouraged, you know, from a broken heart. You can have a broken heart and it can cause you to have a heart attack.
Yes.
There is so much going on, but the Lord encouraged my heart.
Share and tear. Share and tear.
No, I don't know.
Share this.
Share.
What was
Don't
that?
tear anything, just share.
I always got to come up with something.